Hand sewing a blanket stitch. This is a video of how to get even lengths and widths. The blanket stitch is a stitch used to reinforce the edge of thick materials such as fleece and blankets. But it can also be used as a decorative stitch on clothing. This is something I learned a long time ago about getting fairly even blanket stitching. Especially if you're doing it for decorative stitching on clothes. You take your largest stitch on your sewing machine, your basting stitch, and you stitch along the edge of the material. Now you can have a wider stitch here, or you can even do it more narrow, depending on what you want to have. Then you take and stitch between every line or every stitch, or you could do it every other stitch, it's up to you, and keep it as close to the thread line as you can, and that will give you a fairly even stitch, and I'm going to show you that next. Okay, to start, what I like to do is put my thread in and bring it down to the bottom from the back side, come up. Now, I got a knot on it. I'm using 3 strands of crochet thread right now, but you can use yarn, you can use multi-layers of regular thread. Come up, put the needle in between the first stitch, bring it through, loop it out. Okay, first stitch done. Then come up, go through the next 2 stitches. Now you can do between 2 rows, 3 rows. Using a basting stitch though, you wouldn't want to go too far apart to make your blanket stitch. Second one, go between the stitches of the next one. Now you could catch your thread on the basting stitch, but you can always trim that away very carefully when you're done. See? 3 stitches. Go between the next one. Four. Like I said, this is a wider line. You can do more narrow. Like I said, on the other side, I have something to show you on that. And then here's another one. Okay. Just to give you an idea what it looks like. I did one that has the longer stitch and then the shorter one. So let me show you that. Now I would just bring this down to the end and tie it off. Tie it off at the bottom very neatly. And also on the back side of it as well. Okay, so let me show you the next step. Okay, now here I have the one that's already completed on the longer stitch. And then I did one, just a short one, on a shorter stitch so you can see. Now what you do is you take your basting stitch, grab a hold of one end of it, and just pull it out, both sides of it, just pull it out, and you can see you have a row of fairly neat, fairly spaced apart stitches. And of course nobody's going to see it that close up, but from a distance everybody's going to go, wow, that's so great. Well, if they sew anyway. So, and if you get, like I said, you get your threads caught up in it, you can always pull them out and separate them. But anyway, there you go. Longer stitches, shorter stitches, and all fairly even. I hope that helps you. Bye.